Hi internet, long time no see, right? It's me, Fancy, obviously. So we all know how I feel about the queens at the beginning of the season, but now that we're up to the top 3, why don't we see what I've thought about everything in between? That was a co-cabinet. Some of my favorite moments from throughout the season would have to be in episode 1, when Layla McQueen realized that this entire competition was totally out of her league. RuPaul gave her some sort of critique and said that the other queens were really bringing it. And Layla just goes, well, good. Aww. What a disappointment Dax was, right? She didn't even do anything. Santiago Fontaine, so sweet. Girl has my vote for Miss Congeniality. Even though she was only there for like 3 episodes and that outfit that sent her home was heinous. She totally deserved to go home for that outfit. I hope she wins Miss Congeniality because she was really sweet. And that matters. For that one prize and not the whole competition. So originally when Naysha went home in the first episode, I was a little bit surprised, but not really upset about it because like, whatever. And then she came back and I liked her a little bit. She had like some funny moments in Untucked and that was nice. But then she went home again and I still didn't care. Then we have Ugly Betty. Acid Betty. What a bitch. Sure, she served some looks. We knew she would. But I mean, she was just fun to look at. She wasn't a great performer. And I'm not a great speaker. Let me tell you a story about Robbie Turner. Now, we all know that I had some beef with Robbie Turner before the season started because her hairline was bad, her vintage costume was bad, and her makeup was bad. And I have to say, after watching the entire season and like being there week by week by week by week, I'm still right. She should have gone home much sooner than she did. I think the only reason that she really stuck around for as long as she stuck around was because there weren't any other, you know, like old-fashioned type of queens like her. I guess it's just not my thing. Apparently it's not Ru's thing either. Too real. Thorgy. Thor. What are we gonna do with you, Thorgy Thor? You just gotta get out of your head, you know? You could have really made it to the top 3 and I think a lot of people would have liked you. Sorry. Derek Barry basically has zero chill at all. She takes everything personally. She doesn't really have a good sense of humor. All of those reads, every single read that Derek Barry gave to anybody else at any given point in the season, I love how in every single episode until like, I don't know, top 6 maybe, there is a moment where you can see Derek Barry's confidence shattering just a teeny little bit. There's usually tears, lots of deep breaths. It's just fun to watch. Fingers crossed, glued together, crossed, that Nebraska Thunderfuck is not on season 9 just because Derek Barry was on season 8. We don't need Nebraska. We've got Alaska. And we've got Derek Barry, which is one too many from that throuple, as it is. God bless Chi Chi the Bae. When I recorded my review, like 2 or 3 months ago, way back when we didn't know a thing in the world about the girl, I counted her out. I think everybody did, really. She didn't give a lot to work with in the Meet the Queens. I believe my exact words were, filler queen, but I have to say, never in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race, all 8 seasons, has anybody done such a complete 180 in my books than Chi Chi DeVayne. She started out a little bit rocky, whatever. She proved herself to be funny, smart, creative, and Lord, those 2 lip sync performances that she did were some of the best I've ever seen. And I'm telling you, I'm not going easily top 5 lip syncs of all time in my book. And my book is a bestseller. Okay, now let's discuss the top 3. So 0.00% of the world's population is surprised that Kim Chi made it to top 3. Just looking at a picture of her before you even know that season 8 was happening, you could have pointed at that bitch and been like, okay, she top 3. She top 3 though. She's just top 3. Kind of same thing happened with Pearl last season. She had a reputation before the show started for being phenomenal at her looks, and it kind of carried her all the way through the season. Now, that is not to say that she didn't do well in some challenges. She did. But her strength was always the runway. Always, always, always the runway. Every single runway. From that first week when I was like, yeah. It was just, I loved it. Miss Naomi Smalls. Very proud of this one. I believe that her aesthetic still has a little bit of room to grow. We only saw 3 silhouettes from her this season, well, give or take. Of course, she's gonna do great in the final challenge because she is born to be a video hoe. She's a model. So they gave her a modeling challenge and she succeeded. Does that mean she should win? Now, I think that my favorite this entire season was definitely Bob the Drag Queen. Bob is hilarious. Like I said in my Meet the Queens review, which if you haven't seen it, you can watch it right here. It's right here. Just click right here. And then come back and watch this. Bob is so funny. She's just always on. She's always thinking of another joke. I think that the best representation of Bob this entire season was when Chi Chi DeVayne did Bob's puppet. Jokes, 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 jokes. That's exactly what Bob does, but it works. And unless you're Thorgy Thor, you don't have a problem with it. It makes you live. Made me live. I was living. Now, just like I predicted, Bob's runways were a little meh. But that's fine with me. Really. I think she's the funniest one. I think that she has the best her voice is the most established, if you will. She knows what she's saying and she knows how to say it. And I think that that is what is really important in becoming America's Next Drag Superstar. My vote for America's Next Drag Superstar is Bob the Drag Queen. I pray to God, when that finale rolls around, Bob, if you are watching this, do what I say. You need to have that purse with you on finale night. Tuck it up. Wear something big. Wear a big, like, Whoopi Goldberg at the beginning of Sister Act hair. And then when you go to receive your crown that you will inevitably win, I want you to pull that purse out and put the crown on it. Because that purse is the real winner of season 8. It was in every single episode. I can't say that. Russ Matthews can't even say that. I think that my favorite challenge would have to have been the book ball because of the Jerry Blank tribute. It was just so fun to have the Sedarises there. Sedarii? It was really fun to have Amy and David there. And that tribute to Jerry Blank was just... Long story short, I'd say that season 8 was worth the wait. But what do you bitches think? Comment below. Tweet me. Text me if you've got my phone number. Most of you probably don't. Who do you think should win? Who's your Miss Congeniality? Who would you put in 3rd place? If you could bring one queen back from the entire season and put her in the top 3, who would that be? No, don't tell me that. It's not even gonna happen. Shut up. Get out of here.